notebooks of all kinds, and the #1 computer brand in terms of sales, period, for all of the last 12 months in America. We've got it all. We're bringing it all together today in one computer. This is the HP Pavilion 15-inch touch laptop, R3, 8 gigs of RAM, a terabyte of storage, the voucher, which yes includes Tech Live Connect and PC Mover. We're going to touch on all of the above. And then the option here, because everybody gets touch, so that's not where the price difference comes in. That is because you've got an option here of whether you want Microsoft Office or you don't. And so that's why the price is different. I still feel like you end up saving money on that when you come here. But that sale price to get what you're getting today, as Alex is about to explain, that price rocks. And then we do easy pay. We've got special financing, free shipping and handling, saves you over $19. So we're going to dive through all of that in this hour. Alex, you're the pro. You work for HP. You're not just like the guy who comes in to talk about computers.
Nope, I don't play one on TV.
This is your Monday through Friday. So tell me about the brand and this computer.
Absolutely. So HP, we've been around since 1939. That's 80 years. And I'm excited to tell you that AMD, which is the company that makes the processor inside of this HP Pavilion, has been around for 50 years. And what does that mean? Longevity, because we create great quality products that you know and trust. We truly perfected the art of touch. And Mary, I am super, super duper pumped to be here because I love this computer. This is an HP Pavilion, which is one of our premium laptops. It's an all-metal body. I can't wait to show you around, take you a little spin, because you're going to see the attention to detail on this computer is truly top-notch. And then we talk about the power and performance inside. You get some great specs as well. As I mentioned, AMD. You get the Ryzen 3 processor, which we're going to talk about why that matters. You get Radeon graphics. You get 8 gigabytes of RAM, a terabyte hard drive, so much to talk about.
Oh my gosh, well there are some things here that you'll hear on occasion with computers and go, okay, that sounds good, that sounds familiar. And then there are some things that Alex is going to touch on that I had to check him on because I hadn't presented computers that had these features before, never mind at this kind of a price. I mean, honestly, if you're looking at different ways of maybe customizing and putting something like this together on your own, I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a comma somewhere in it if you were trying to build this out. So let's talk about options again. So for $629.94, you get this computer, the Touch. You get it for an easy payment of $104.99. If you want to use your Q card, and here's what that looks like. Q card allows you to do 12 months of special financing with this. So in the case of without Office, it's around $52.50. If you want to get the with Office version, then your payment a month ends up being around $56 and change. I just then look at the if sold separately value, what I said about finding this with a comma. We are over $1,100 either way on the value here of what you're getting. It's the computer, it's the software. We're going to touch on that in a second. But here are the colors that you've got. Now, when we brought this in, I believe we had 4, Alex.
That's right.
You might find a blue one on QVC.com, but certainly not enough to bring it out here and show it. So we've got it for you in the silver and in the gold, and that gold is more of a champagne, kind of a soft color, and the silver has got a bit of a pewter tilt to it. So Scott, since this launched, and I know it's new, over 1,600 orders placed just in the last few weeks here on QVC2. So a lot of people who are savvy, who've been shopping around, perhaps like the whole back to school thing, or maybe you are the student going back to school, or you've had a laptop for a while and you see all of this, like this tricked out computer and go, my goodness, that is so fast and so capable. I sure would love to have it. If you want to do it today, that's smart because you've got the sale price, you've got easy pay and special financing, you've got free shipping and handling, and we've got an entire hour with Alex so that we can put any questions you've got to rest. I don't want you to be confused. I don't want you to wonder, is that a good deal? Is that a good fit for my family? For me, that's why we're here. We're on my Facebook page, Mary Nelson QVC, and at some point, guys, could we open up our phone lines so that if somebody's got questions or if they're shopping today, where they'd be able to call in and chat with us live? We'll figure that out. Item number here is E232398. So Alex, I feel like it starts with Touch because not all laptops offer it.
That's true.
And at this price,
you got
it's rare.
It is rare. And what I love about touch is that touch isn't rare necessarily in our world because we're living in a touch world, right? So now when you touch the screen, you're going to get that same type of interaction that you would get on a smartphone or a tablet. So if I want to go and let's say check out my photos, because obviously that's one of the most popular things that we do with our smartphones and tablets, right? I'm going to go right here. This is Windows 10. I'm going to search for my photos. I touch photos. It's going to open up my Photos app. And then I just finished loading a bunch of my different photos in here. So what I can do with the photos is I can swipe through them. I can pinch. I can zoom. As a matter of fact, actually, let me bring up YouTube really quick as well, because what you can do with touch is you can start playing videos. So QVC live stream, right? If I touch that, we'd see us. Let's go and see what's going on right now on QVC2, shall we? Because we live in a touch world. We live in a world where we're streaming more and more on a regular basis.
Yep.
And you're going to have that ability to do that because, again, our smartphones and tablets have really conditioned us into being able to interact with our screens like never before. So again, touch is one of those things that I always say, and you'll hear me say this all the time, and I apologize if we're buffering a little bit. The internet's been a little bit slow today here. Touch is one of those things that once you have, you never go back. Oh, and actually, there's us. We're on a little bit of a delay right now. So you'll be able to interact with your screen like never before, and you're going to love the fact that you can take your computer with you pretty much anywhere. And we're going to talk about how lightweight and portable it is here in a second.
It's just awesome. Yeah, we'll say it now because I think that the 15-inch size, if that's what you're shopping for, and you know HP is #1 when it comes to that size. But why do we love 15 inches? Who is that for?
So 15 inches is actually our most popular size at HP that we sell. So you're going to love the fact that you've got a beautiful display. 15 inches is really ideal because it's the right sweet spot in between having enough real estate in terms of being able to use this to interact not only with your computer but also watch all of those videos that you have. So you can use this as an entertainment console within the household, but you can also as well use this for work, which is great as well. And then if you want to split the screen, you have the ability to do that as well. I'm going to go and just split my screen over here. And actually, oh, my photos is actually up and running. Very cool. I'm going to take a look at this.
Surprise.
Yeah, I actually had it working in the background.
I love it. Well, because you can do so many things on this at once. It's not like you've got to constantly be closing it down and then opening up something else. And like it's just, it works with our lifestyle in such an amazing way. Whatever your age stage happens to be, it's what I love about these computers. It's not like you'd say, oh, this is perfect just for students.
Right. No, there's so much that you can do with this. And you've got the Ryzen 3 processor in here from AMD. I mentioned AMD before. They are synonymous for graphics and performance. They have all the processors inside of all the major gaming consoles like the Xbox and the PlayStation. So it's a company that knows about power and performance. You also have Radeon graphics. And you were asking me about what the heck are Radeon graphics, right?
Well, because I saw it here and then I was reading about it online, but I really wasn't that familiar with it. And sometimes when computers are this affordable, we can't always celebrate the graphics package.
Exactly, and graphics aren't just for video games. Yes, they are important, and yes, you can play video games on this computer as well. But graphics are important for things like streaming, for things like playing your video, especially now, Mary, because we live in a world where everything is headed towards 4K. Right? And if your computer cannot handle 4K, then what's going to happen? You're going to probably either get a black screen or you're going to experience just maybe hearing the sound or anything like that.
I just have to say, what is happening, that's our internet inside of QVC. That's not the computer.
Yeah, we've been having issues all day, so I apologize for that.
We've got gremlins that are eating wires somewhere, I'm sure of it. Would you take me on a tour of the different ports and show me too, because the speaker bar, like going back to the graphics package, the audio setup on this is just as amazing as what the graphics
Yes, so let me take you on a tour because as you mentioned, since this is the Pavilion, it's a different body style than you may be accustomed to seeing here at QVC. And something I definitely wanted to point out is the fact that this is a all metal design. It's got a beautiful style. So let me go ahead and take you on the tour. So right over here, we're going to start. This is your Ethernet port. This is going to allow you to connect your screen, your computer screen, display it onto another monitor or another display. You've got an Ethernet port here, which allows you to hardwire your internet. So if you have maybe spotty Wi-Fi in your home, we could use this today here.
Yes.
We could plug in and hardwire and get, reliable, constant speeds. Or if you're traveling on maybe a hotel that doesn't have Wi-Fi, it's great that this has this. So many laptops and so many companies do away with this, and I'm so glad the Pavilion still has it. And take a look at this. Mary, I told you I call this the port of the future. This is USB-C. You're going to be seeing a lot of this port. It's universal, so it doesn't matter which way you plug in, but you see a lot of cell phones now have this, a lot of tablets, a lot of different electronic devices have USB-Cs. So you're going to be really grateful that you have this, because if you're buying a computer today, you're going to know that you have cutting-edge technology built in.
I love it.
And it's wonderful to know that you're not going to have to buy a computer again next year, because you've already got the USB-C built in.
But what if I need a regular USB? We'll get there in 1 second.
We'll get there in a second.
Finish out
Yeah,
that
exactly.
side for me.
All right, so right over here, headphone and microphone jack, which is great. Now let's take it over to the other side.
Yep.
You've got an SD card slot, one of my favorite things, because I take a lot of photos, and if you take a lot of photos, you want to take out that SD card from your maybe digital camera, put it in here, and start transferring your files back and forth. Then right over here, you've got, and you asked me about this earlier too, this is what's known as a Kensington slot. So you can buy what's called a Kensington lock. Very simple. Think about it this way. Maybe you're in a dorm room. Maybe you are at a coffee shop and you want to step away for a moment. You can plug this in with a little lock and make sure that your computer is not going to go anywhere.
I love that.
Isn't that great to have that?
Well, and it's nice if you're gifting this to have peace of mind if maybe, the person who's receiving it hasn't shown the most responsibility over the years.
Right.
To be like,
That's
all
a
right,
good
I got
point.
an extra layer of protection here.
Yeah.
And more USBs, but this is what a lot of us have seen.
Exactly, and this is that super speed USB that you might have heard me talk about. It's 10 times faster than the regular standard USB. That's important because if you're transferring files back and forth on your computer, you want them to transfer quicker. You don't want to have to wait there a couple minutes for things to transfer. And let me tell you, I transfer a lot of stuff to my computers on a regular basis. I love the fact that we have super speed USB ports. There's your power input right over there.
Oh my gosh, how much smaller is that than what the old...
I know, and since I have the computer this way, let me show you something. I'm actually going to just bring this down here, and you're going to see what happens. So when I bring this down, and now you see how it's flush on the desk, right? And if you can if we can get the camera a little bit, there we go. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lift this up, and you're going to see what happens when I lift it up. So if we can keep right over there, you see how it's raising right there? Exactly. So this is going to give you better airflow. It's also going to allow you to have a little bit more of a convenient position when you're typing on your computer. So it's just one of those little things, those little design elements that our HP design team really thought about and wanted to make the HP Pavilion so special. And that's just, again, one of the wonderful little things that you have with the Pavilion. Now, I'm going to spin it around.
Awesome. I'm like dying for you to get to a few things.
Oh, all right. I think I know what you're talking about. We're going to get there. So this is a 15-inch micro HD display. So notice, if most computers, most laptop computers, they have a much thicker sidebar. This is known as the bezel, what goes around. Look at how thin this is. So I always say, and I can tell you from experience, when I first opened up a Micro Edge HD laptop from HP, I got lost in the screen. And you're going to get lost in the screen when you're playing videos because, again, it's so nice and thin, it actually looks larger than a 15-inch display. I absolutely love the Micro Edge HD display. So let's talk about battery life because I know a lot of folks want to know, how long is it going to last me?
All day, or if I'm binge watching Yellowstone or something.
Exactly.
Can it hold up?
Yep, you got it. So how about 7 hours and a half on mixed usage? But here's one of the things that I love about our HP computers. We had something called fast charge. Now let's say, for example, you were binge watching last night and you forgot to plug in your computer and you're about to head to work, you're about to head to class. You can plug this in and in 45 minutes, get about 50% of your battery life back.
Wow.
That's fast charge.
That's
it is
phenomenal.
so convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about if you're going on a flight, right?
Oh,
you want to make
please.
sure that you have this charged up and ready
Yes,
to go.
I do.
Now, let's talk about audio. Is this what you're excited about?
Well, that's one of the things. There are, honestly, I've still got 3 things on my list. But look at this. Can you tilt it up and show this bar?
Sure thing.
Because if you're watching shows, obviously if the battery life can support it and you've got that designer graphics package, when all of that is in place, you also want that full experience, and sound is a critical piece there. That is your speaker that spans the entire width of the computer.
That's right, and it's just not any speakers. This is a diamond cut design. This is audio, by Bang & Olufsen. And Bang & Olufsen is a super high-end audio brand that you might have seen in high-end cars or in different boutiques. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you a rich, really, truly cinema-like sound from your computer. So not only do you get the beautiful